We have a lot of positive outcomes of Safe Harbor, but one story in particular is pretty profound. We had a client come into our 45-day crisis shelters, and throughout that time, we have advocates who help them set goals, whether they're small or large. And this particular client actually started an entrepreneurship business within that 45 days. That's one of our favorite stories at Safe Harbor to tell.
The first night in transitional housing, I was finally behind 4 locked doors, and I was able to breathe. The unconscious weight of living in fight or flight mode and the tension that I felt from being hunted, it finally melted away, and I wept. I had absolutely nothing. We'd fled with. We'd fled with our Walmart sack that had a change of clothes and a toothbrush. But that night we had our lives and we had each other. And that was all that mattered, was finally being in that safe place behind those locked doors and knowing I didn't have to look behind my back or wonder what was coming. To me, it almost sounds bragging to be like, I did that, but it literally was through hard work and tears that I'm where I'm at. We essentially went from being homeless to I'm a homeowner now. My kids are happy and healthy. They're doing well. I'm in school. I have a business. I feel like I've literally come from nothing. And it's so special to know that everything I had, I earned. I got myself. It's a strange. I'm proud. I am really proud of where I'm at. The time that I spent at Safe Harbor gave me the foundation in order to take all of these broken pieces that I arrived there with and put myself back together and create what I have been able to do. There is no way that I would be able to be where I'm at without Safe Harbor. No way. If I could tell the staff anything, it would be with the most sincere, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. We cried together, we laughed together. They took care of me. There were times when I would just be a puddle of emotions, and they always had an arm to put around me. They held me up during my darkest and most difficult times. And I wouldn't be here without the staff and the volunteers and the donors. They saved my life.
Donations are very vital to Safe Harbor, whether it's through donating their time or whether it's through those monetary donations. Every bit of donations, anything can help.
The unrestricted donations that come in, that's what gives us a little bit of freedom to provide different services, to make sure that we're bringing in the appropriate people with a certain skill set that's able to provide that service as well. Of course, there's the maintenance issues, there's clothing that we need to buy, there's food that needs to be purchased, there's just those items of survival that have to be bought, because when people come to us, they come to us empty-handed.
What the donations mean and what the donations have meant to me is that we fled with a Walmart sack that only had a change of clothes and a toothbrush. And within hours of my escape, my bank account had been drained. I had nothing. I had no money. So when I got the call that I had an apartment, I knew that I had a place to live. I had a roof over my head. And when I walked into my apartment, that very first day when I walked into my apartment, there sitting on the table was dishes, a crock pot, towels. There was bedding for my children. We had shampoo, the things that you don't even think about needing, or that as you're packing to move houses, you're taking the things that you need with you. We had nothing. And I opened up my door, sitting on the table were all these essentials. It's just, I don't know if that's one part that gets talked about as far as donations go, that these things that people donate, or the money that you donate, there's a real human behind that. There's a real family behind that. It has nothing. When somebody donates to the organization, there's a little bit of a disconnect of the human behind the donation and how that really will affect them. I want to be that face to show you that the dollars, the items, the time that is donated to the organization literally save lives.
For anyone considering donating, we ask that you reach out. Any little bit helps. In order for us to fulfill our mission, to impact those lives, to make that difference, we absolutely need that assistance.